Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today with another video. If you watched my videos at the beginning of April, you will have seen that I've been working with my sort of nature-based decks for spring, for April and May, and I showed you a huge pile of decks of flowers and trees and botanicals and all sorts of nature-based decks. And so far, really, I've got stuck on one tarot deck and a couple of sort of oracle decks, really, which is these. It's the Soul Trees oracle cards, the Soul Trees Ascension deck, and also the Sacred Destiny oracle deck, actually, by Denise Lynn. And the tarot deck that you're looking at here is the Tarot of Light by Denise Jarvie. And I just found that these two decks particularly just aesthetically please me a great deal, but also the messages that I've been getting from them have really been accurate and quite profound on occasions. All I've been doing every day is literally this, pulling one tarot card and a couple of oracle cards, and I haven't even been journaling most days. I've just been leaving the cards on my table and just trying to reflect really on that energy. You'll probably have realised if you've listened to me recently, I've had quite a lot of changes in my life just very recently, and I suppose even though they're good things, they're good changes, I suppose I've been struggling to adapt really. So my energy levels are low, and I'm aware that my mind is kind of at risk of overwhelm a lot of the time. So I haven't really been doing a great deal. I've been trying to be sort of quiet and reflective and present in the moment, if you like, and not project myself too far into the future, and also very importantly trying not to let the past creep in and trigger me, if you know what I mean. But these three cards here on the table are what I actually drew a few days ago, and they were staggeringly accurate. They brought a tear to my eye because they were really so reflective of how I was feeling in that moment. And the one we've got here in the middle is the Four of Hearts, which is the Four of Cups, and the key word on here is depression. And while I certainly do not feel depressed, I have suffered with depression on and off my life, and it feels like it's a kind of ever-present threat for me. As I said, I'm certainly not depressed at the moment, but I'm aware that with some of the changes and some of the things that I'm having to adapt to, that I'm having kind of depressive thoughts. I'm being triggered, I guess. I'm being triggered by things. I'm being pushed out of my comfort zone, and certain things are bringing up this kind of resistance in me. And when you read the little guidebook that goes with this deck, the resistance card is a question. It just says, look at the card and see what resistance you discover within yourself. What are you resisting? And looking at that with the Four of Hearts, and also this beautiful rebirth card here, which is a card of new beginnings and new potential, I knew exactly what it was that I was resisting. I knew exactly what it was from the past that was coming up to bite me on the bum, that was triggering me, that was causing me to resist, that was causing me to go down depressive thought patterns, I guess, in my head. It was bringing up old fears for me. This rebirth has been bringing up old fears for me. you know, the things that I'm fearful of happening again, I guess, in my life. And so this was really, really helpful for me, because this Tarot of Light deck in particular, the guidebook for it is just absolutely beautiful. I'll read you some of the bits that it says here for the Four of Hearts. Where are we? There is trouble here seeing beyond the negative aspects of life. Certain experiences from the recent past are weighing heavily on the present. You are blaming yourself or another or an outside situation for your current situation. Nothing has gone wrong. There is a bigger, loving picture beyond your view. Focus on one thing that is going well in your life. Open your heart and vision to other strengths in your life and add them to your gratitude list. In little ways, every moment is gently moving you away from the pain and towards happiness. You are stronger than you know, and change is closer than you think. And I think that just that last sentence there was at the very heart of it for me, was that I'd done a lot of shadow work last year, an awful lot of inner work, a lot of introspection, and was feeling much more certain and, you know, some courage in my convictions, feeling much healthier, much stronger. And all of a sudden, those things became sort of shaken, you know, to their very core. And I think this card here, this depression element, I think that came up and kind of slapped me in the face, really, of like, actually, have you recovered, Julia? Are you feeling better? Did you do the work? Were you just fooling yourself? You know, was it still all there, you know, lurking away somewhere to come and bite you again? And I suppose this is the thing, isn't it, with shadow work, is that many of these things never go away fully. It's just that sometimes in our life everything is going well enough and we're feeling in control of ourselves and our life and things are going well. And so those things are able to just sit in the darkness and not trouble us. But as soon as something changes in our life and we become triggered by that change, those old shadows, they just creep back out again, don't they? And have to be addressed again. And so that's what I've been doing really over the last week or so, is soothing myself, trying to reassure myself that, as it says in the book, I'm stronger than I think. I've got this, you know. I don't need to give in to these feelings of insecurity, these fears, these triggers, these worries. I need to just be present and stay in the moment. So yeah, I thought I would just sort of talk you through that little process, because that's kind of how powerfully I've found these cards to be, really. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at these, look. Even just aesthetically to look at, they're just gorgeous, aren't they? Assurance. This is a gorgeous card. I've had this come up a lot. It really, in the book, the little guidebook, it just says, this is just a reminder that all is well. You know, don't worry, all is well. And we've got that here with the turnaround, which is the Hanged Man. So this is about surrendering. This is about not getting caught up in your fears and worries, and that you need to surrender to the situation. And then we've got psychic knowing there, which is all about intuition, isn't it? They're just beautiful. They make so much sense to me on so many levels. Just be the High Priestess, who's somebody that does just be. She's just very quiet within herself. The Lovers, Truth and celebration. Gorgeous. Then we've got trust, the release, which is death, isn't it? And change. So this is about trusting in the process, isn't it? Trusting in the process. Change is inevitable, isn't it? We've got the retreat, treat yourself, and detachment. Ooh. Just the hermit, isn't it? Detachment. There you go. Treat yourself. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself what you need. Give yourself the space. Tranquility. And acceptance and harmony. Beautiful. Create. See, out of that acceptance and that tranquility and that peace of mind can come that creative urge, can't it? Balance, confidence, and the wheel of change. How gorgeous. And within this deck we have some chakra cards which actually have not come up for me so far in any of the cards that I've drawn. So you've got the crown chakra, the third eye chakra there, and then the Knight of Hearts, the heart chakra. Beautiful. Compassion, clarity. I think this is actually one of my favourite cards in this deck. I just love that, the green and the pink of those together. With all that vitality of the sun. Beautiful. Let's see what it says about clarity. So this is a self-interpretation card. I thought it was. Some of these cards just have a little sentence. And some of them have a question. So this one is, what message does this card have for you now? How does the image of this tree and the message of clarity feel at this moment? What catches your attention? Well, I think what catches my attention here is just how starkly this tree stands out against the blackness. It's almost like a streak of lightning, isn't it, across the sky? That something has just suddenly become clear. Yeah, beautiful. Another chakra card. We've got the Four of Trees there, which is the Four of Pentacles. Guidance and the throat chakra. Says it's really nice. Adventure, acceptance, and the Five of Trees. Oh, beautiful. Speak your truth, risk, and the Six of Trees. I guess to speak your truth can make you feel quite vulnerable, can't it? You can feel quite vulnerable to be open to the energy of receiving. This is, this is beautiful, isn't it? But she's in a very open and vulnerable kind of pose there, isn't she? There is a risk to that vulnerability. Let's see what it says about risk. Another self-interpretation card, I thought it was. How does this image of this tree and the message of risk feel at this moment? Is risk scary or is it a thrill? Where does your attention go? Well, for me, it's scary. It's certainly not a thrill. And actually, when I look at this, speak your truth, and the Six of Trees, the Six of Pentacles, that sort of receiving of energy or love or whatever this is coming towards you, it's scary. It's scary for me, because to be open and vulnerable and exposed in that way, there's always this risk of rejection, isn't there? To be your authentic self, to speak your truth, to speak your mind, there's always a risk that people will reject you for that. And I guess I feel that very strongly because of my childhood of growing up with autism that was not diagnosed. And so for me to be authentic has been something that I've been trying to learn for a long, long time and to feel comfortable with for a long, long time. So, yeah. Let's have a look what else. Teach and initiative and the Ace of Stars. What are stars in this? I've not actually had any stars. They're wands, aren't they? Of course they are. So the Ace of Wands. Well, I mean, the Ace of Wands and initiative go brilliantly together, don't they? They are beautiful cards together. And I think that spark of initiative is a real teacher for us, isn't it? Let's have a look at the Ace of Wands in here, see what it says. I've been getting a lot of trees and hearts in my readings with this deck, which is Pentacles and Cups. So the Ace of Stars delights in a burst of raw creative energy that is making its way to you. Stars illuminate success. They light the way so that you can make clear choices. An original idea is forming and may already be calling you. It will arrive in the form of a new job, project, hobby, or your own business. You are ready for change. You have the experience and the skills to surge forward. Seize the opportunity this card is offering. Step into your power and believe in your ability to create your dreams. Well, these are fantastic cards together for that, aren't they? That's basically saying, you know, get out there and teach. You have all the skills. You know, you've got it all. So, yeah, you can. I think you can see what I mean there. They are beautiful, aren't they? They go really, really well together. Let's just have a quick little look at the Sacred Destiny deck with this as well, which I have not used nearly as much as the Soul Trees, but I still think this is a very good pairing, actually. Not as bright and colourful on the whole as the Soul Trees, but I think it's lovely. Let's take a new card off there. So the King of Trees, the King of Pentacles, with a gateway and courage. Well, that would certainly go, wouldn't it? That would certainly go. I like that. The Queen of Hearts, which is the Queen of Cups. We've got Sixth Sense with freedom and community. Beautiful. I really like the movement in these two cards here together. We've got all these birds, haven't we? And these butterflies. There's a real sense of lightness throughout these images here, I think. And we've got fulfillment and wonders with the Five of Hearts and sorrow. Wow. So that would really make you question, wouldn't it, about what actually helps you to feel fulfilled. Let's have a little read of that. Fulfillment is at hand. No matter what is occurring in your life, put your attention on what is splendid, pleasurable and luscious. Find bliss in the moment. Love fully, deeply and without hesitation. Cherish your friendships. Fill your life with people experiencing experiences and places that give you delight. Let go of people and things that don't feel empowering and that drag your energy down. You no longer need to put the needs of others ahead of your own needs. If you've had health issues, a ripe peach represents a return to better health. Savour your life with gusto and with grace. Experience and embrace life in all its permutations. This card is a great omen for an excellent outcome. So basically that was just giving you good advice, wasn't it, for how to heal your heart, I think. How to climb out of a sorrowful place by appreciating all the wonders of life. The Ten of Angels, which is the Ten of Swords, which we've got here is surrender. And then we've got focus and we've got change. And the Ten of Swords is very much a card of change, isn't it? And transitions. We've got the sword there that to me represents that focus that we see here in this card also. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Look, blessings, miracles, and the Knight of Angels, which is, what are angels? My brain. I get confused by all these. Angels. Swords, of course, swords. The Knight of Swords with miracles and blessings. Wow. Whatever is perceived here, whatever is being watched, whatever is being acknowledged here is of great blessings, isn't it? Beautiful. And then we've got leadership, forgiveness, and the Queen of Swords. Well, the Queen of Swords is certainly visionary and certainly a leader in her own right, that's for sure. Let's see how forgiveness factors into this when we look at these three cards. I like very much that we've got the stars here and we've got the moon in that card. Let's have a look. Forgiveness. There we go. It is human to want to hold on to the past, our memories, experiences and relationships. However, there can be times when we are carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. Interesting, isn't it, as they've got the Queen of Angels here as a visionary, which makes you think that she's able to see into the future, not necessarily the past. The past doesn't need to equal the future. Just because you had a pattern or a recurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to recur in the future. And I think that's what the message here is that the Queen of Angels here knows that, doesn't she? The key is to be willing and ready to simply and cleanly let go of the hold that the past has on you. The past is done and it's okay to let it go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. Be super aware of the sights, sounds, smells, textures and energy of your present. When you do this, the past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. So perhaps this is about self-forgiveness, these cards here. So there we go. I think that's probably as much as I want to waffle on here, really. It's been 20 minutes or so, hasn't it? I've just really enjoyed these cards, to be honest, particularly this deck here, the Soul Trees. I think with the Tarot of Light it just goes beautifully, but I've had some nice messages from Sacred Destiny as well, so yeah, I think that's all I probably want to say. And hopefully at the end of the month I will have worked with some other decks a little bit more, and I'll be able to come back and show you those and reflect on my experience. But if you have these decks and you enjoy them, I'd love to hear from you. I hope everybody's well, and I shall see you all again soon. Oops, I'm dropping boxes now. Thank you. Bye.